Abusiafo ensomono aibebre ewo magane mo aha Kintu TV. So we need him say enu face that whatever Kintu TV sha. Meso versus Kawame na washato other platform no ma comments here comment section ase. Emo we fish so be notification bell so amansem bi de be Kintu TV no. Why first person na wenya nsem no bi etie no hu ne ekoso ewo magana eni wiase afanina. Maybe SMS one that you know the fuck I'm going na me no no yonko piemu eye okujeto Ablakwa akahye nsama ekoso ewo ho mo ne wi a esanso ba abedum enkomo miso eni de misese ne eno face that whatever Kintu TV swam miso so versus Kawame kama wona me no no yonko je nsam no entwem ne wi a esanso ba abedum enkomo.
Member of Parliament for North-Tongu, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, has taken on Lands Minister Samuel Abujinapo over his denial of sale of state lands in the NPP government. The Lands Minister, at a press conference yesterday, in response to Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa's accusation of land grabbing and state capture, rejected allegations stating that most of the lands in question were handed to private persons to develop in the interest of the state. And addressing a press conference in Parliament this morning, the North-Tongu NP, Okujeto Ablakwa, challenges the Lands Minister's position, accusing government of being complicit in the act.
When the Assurances Committee, which I chair, took a strong view of this situation and invited the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, he once again failed to produce the list and was making excuses that it is such an onerous task, they are still compiling the data, and Lands Commission is struggling, and we should give them time. What is happening in this country? We have come to the firm conclusion, and a very informed one, that the Akufo-Addo government is deliberately refusing to disclose the status of all public lands in our country because they are complicit. Because they know that when the full facts emerge, they will be exposed for the massive land grab, the unconscionable state capture that they have engaged in. So we condemn government's inability for more than 2 years, since Parliament demanded a compilation, a disclosure, the full data of all public lands. It is totally unacceptable, and it shows that the Lands Ministry, the Lands Commission, they have derelicted, they are not properly carrying out their constitutional mandate. But even worse, they are clearly complicit, and that is why they are evading accountability.
My colleague James Aveji joins us from Parliament Live. James, we've heard the North-Tongu MP over there responding to Samuel Abujinapo's claims. What more can you report? And James, please unmute.
So he indicates that this is essentially in response to the minister's request for evidence over these allegations. For instance, on the issue about the Upper West Regional Parks and Gardens land, which earlier told us have been sold to a private developer to build a fuel station, he pulled out a letter from the Upper West Regional Lands Commission, which was sent to the Upper West Regional Minister, telling him that indeed the Commission had duly sold that particular land to, the Commission has actually leased off the land to the particular individual in question, essentially asking the Regional Minister to back off when he tried to intervene after his expose. He painted a bigger picture about a Justice Kwesi Ofori-Atta committee, sole inquiry committee, which he said the president constituted to look into these issues of sale of state land. And he pointed out to the fact that when the acting solicitor secretary and the executive secretary of the Lands Commission appeared before this committee, they admitted that indeed they are finding it difficult to work in this issue. For instance, they talk about the fact that due diligence is usually not done before most of the state lands are registered as private land and certificate issued. And so he's daring President to publish the committee's report on this issue if they have nothing to hide in this case, sweetie.
Thank you so much, James Aveji, coming to us live from Parliament with those details. And
from Joy News Ghana Connect Town Hall meeting. It was a battle of wits as the governing New Patriotic Party and the opposition NDC sought to convince voters to buy into their policy proposals ahead of the 2024 general election. NDC's Mustafa Gbande locked horns with the NPP's Haruna Mohammed as the two debated which party's policy proposition was superior to the other, and also responded directly to questions from dozens of voters who thronged the Osu Presby Hall here in Accra. Here are excerpts.
It's a historic event that we want to do, spanning across the Fourth Republic, where no political party has been able to make that attempt except the MPP when we did so in 2008. We fell short of very few numbers, where we had 49.something% by His Excellency, the current President of the Republic of Ghana. And we are seeking to repeat and to reaffirm and make sure that this history is written in the history book and annals books of this particular country. We are seeking to do so on the wheels of the people of Ghana, based on the social contracts that we have signed with them previously in 2016 and executed same through to the admiration of many of the people of Ghana, which can be confirmed by our own citizens through which we represent. On that particular strand, we want to stand on that particular grounds to make an effort to get back to government to continue the good works through a renewed energy, who has not been given the opportunity before, who has not been tested before, and who has proven that in his bid to assist will be able to insist when he's given the opportunity and have the powers as enshrined in the 1992 Constitution. And that person, His Excellency, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who has demonstrated enough courage in this government to have championed the introduction of 36 policies in the governance of Akufo-Addo's government. And
you say 36 policies?
Yes, 36.
36, okay.
36 policies that he has championed in this particular governance. If he's given the opportunity to become the president and to lead, he will be able to do more than just what he did as vice president. So I was enumerating out of the 36 policies that he has successfully championed by the directive of the President of the Republic, to showcase how he will be able to solve problems, not to bring about problems. But in terms of social,
yeah, but we'll come there. I want this to be about the audience, so it's just getting started. Please, a round of applause for Haruna starting the conversation. But I believe that Mustafa Gbande, you've been listening in, and he says 36 policies rolled out by this government. It is view that will help in terms of health, social protection, and livelihood empowerment. From the perspective of the NDC, do you have any alternatives?
If I will correct it, 36 policies introduced by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, championed by not Nana Addo Dankwa, just solely by the vice president.
NDC have always been about the people. We have not been perfect when we're in power. Things have not been all that Ghanaians want, because we keep growing, expectation increasing, population increasing, problems are increasing. But today, let every government want to look at the problem we have today. The number of women who don't have jobs, the number of children who are walking on the streets, the number of small-scale business owners who are losing capitals, the number of people who are even in the informal sector, say farming, who cannot even farm because of the cost of inputs today. The NDC is saying that, look, in terms of women, if I have, on the low scale, if I have a woman who sells porridge or wache or banku,